afternoon. Welcome back. So today we're going to start working on this harness by Hextall kit for this 2021 Mustang GT. In our intro video, we thought we would have this done beforehand. I was a little bummed that we had missed some video work on the car, but it looks like the way timelines are going to fall versus video releases, we'll be able to get some stuff up. So what we're doing today, it's not go fast parts. This is more fun, vanity, creature comfort stuff. So our car is a 301A car, so it has a small, little tiny screen, the Apple CarPlay, that kind of stuff. It's lackluster. So there's a great company out there, Harness by Hextall. This guy's making kits that basically provide you the newer, bigger bezel for 301A cars. It's going to give you the switches down here for your drive modes, your hazards, all that stuff. And then it also comes with the bigger screen. So our new kit will have a much bigger, nicer screen to view. You can see it's all packaged super nice. But yeah, we'll have a bigger screen to work with. So this video, we're going to just work on getting this installed in the car. Again, this isn't anything performance-wise. This is personal enjoyment. So we're going to dig into it, and we'll run you through us getting this thing in. So the Harness by Hextall guys give a great manual. Basically, you need a 1/4-inch ratchet, 3 or 6 inch extension, 7mm socket, 10mm socket. They email you a pretty solid instruction manual. You need an OBD2, OBD link, EX interface. They give you some links to ForScan, but they also will show us kind of how to get through this thing and get all these panels off and get this thing ready for install. So let's dig in real quick, guys. We're gonna get these panels off. Alright, so according to their instructions, they want us to remove these side panels first. They've kind of showed us where the clips are at and what we need to pop. So we'll start by popping these guys off. Alright, there's one there. We're going to do the other side. Then there looks like 2 7mm bolts. That'll allow us to loosen this to get the console up. So I'm going to flip over to the other side and go do that real quick. Alright, so we've gotten both side panels off. We'll remove these bolts and then we'll look at the instructions, but I'm pretty sure the next thing it tells us to do is to take this center console piece out, the rubber mat, some other stuff. So we'll get this guy out. By no means is this a how-to video. Let's get tight. Nothing too exciting, I'm aware. But that does free that piece up, so do the same thing the other side. And then we'll go from there. We'll revisit the instructions. Alright, so we've got the center dash out. We're getting ready to disconnect the connectors here, and then we'll start working on putting this thing back together. So I didn't really want to bore you guys with watching me heavy breathe and fight and argue with this thing. So I didn't really go through each step of taking it out. It really is mostly clips. A couple 7mm bolts. The biggest thing is knowing where the clips are at. The instructions are excellent so far. So I'll work on getting these electrical connectors disconnected. I want to make sure I pay attention. I don't want to break any connectors. That's the last thing I need. And when we get ready to put this thing back together and back in, I'll step you guys into that piece. Alright, so you can see we got the screen out, 3 clips, it's the antenna, some control stuff. The next step was to actually install this guy. We had to install brackets. What I will tell you is the instructions try to do a pretty good job, but what I noticed was basically the thing to point out is that you can see right above the yellow clip there is I'm doing this one-handed, bear with me. You can see these little knobs or nubs here. Those are the bottom. They have to line up with these. So the right side, the nub needs to be at the bottom with the fat end down. Nub, fat end, nub, fat end. That's how you'll know right to left. So you plug this stuff in and then that's where you go next. So I'll plug this thing in, screw it in. Again, I don't think you guys want to watch all that stuff, but I wanted to point out some things that I noticed. The instructions do a good job, but there are some things that are kind of some gotchas, so I wanted to share those. Alright, so we've gotten the big screen in, the bezel back on. We're going to start reassembling the interior where we took it apart. I did go ahead and put the negative terminal back on the battery. Well, wanted to make sure and test everything. They did warn of a potential no key detected error, and it would be from something coming unconnected at the cup holder. Didn't have any of those issues, so we're back together under the hood. So I'll let you see all that here. I gotta put the cover back on and such, but we've got her just about ready to get back together. So we'll shut the, well, we won't shut the hood because we need to put our vanity cover back on and tighten down our ground. So I will start getting this interior snapped back together and screws put back in, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we got this thing in. So it's basically the reverse instructions. Once you get the thing out, I'll show you here. You can kind of see we've got it all in. Trims back in. If we get rid of the old accessory here, she pops up. It says audio off. You can turn audio on. We've configured nothing, so sources, connected to Wi-Fi. So we have to set all this up. So we'll set all this up. You guys clearly do not want to hear all this, so I'll set up the network. The next steps after we get all this is we need to download Forescan to our computer, connect our computer to the OBD2 port, and let the Hextall guys remote in so that they can do the things that they need to do in Forescan. I'm sure I've repeated myself a bazillion times here. I know I've said a bazillion times, so I apologize for that. I'm not gonna say that I'm fully up to speed yet on this whole YouTube thing. I'm super new. I welcome feedback if there's things you want to see. If you wanted to see me do this full install, let me know. I just didn't feel like it was gonna be entertaining enough to really provide step by step, so I kind of just gave updates throughout the put together here. But I'm gonna configure this network, and then next when we remote in and stuff, I'll make sure you guys get to see all that, because I think there's some value there. I did want to point out in this video a few gotchas that I found versus the instructions. Maybe it's just me and I have my own issues and hang-ups, but I wanted to share kind of what I had, so if you guys decide to ever do this, you don't have the same problem. So I'm gonna get this configured, and then we'll work with the Hextall guys. It'll probably take a couple of days of emails and coordinating a time and schedule to have them do the work. So as soon as this all happens, I'll bring you guys back in. Alright guys, so we're in here now. We're gonna send the code to Mr. Hextall. and let him get in here and do his thing. To the remote desktop, generate code, and he says turn the key on and leave it on. Done deal. Let's turn the music off. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. So we'll send the code, and we've sent in the code. So that's done. We will see what he does here next, or if we hear from him. But so far, we've connected the computer to the OBD link cable, plugged it in. We have done remote desktop like the instructions told us to. We've generated a code. He's just asked for permission to share. We've told him we'll share. So he is gonna take control from here, it looks like. So, looks like he's on his way. Yep, he's in here and he's just sent me a message. And do not pay any attention to the instructions, pop-ups on Forescan. I'll send you a list of instructions. So he's gonna send me what to do. Told me not to pay attention to what Forescan is gonna tell me to do. And he is in here cruising along. Let you guys kind of see what he's doing here, maybe. Yep, so he's doing a custom install. We'll see what he does here. I don't want to give out too much information here. I apologize for the weird camera angles. You have to set in the car with the door shut, the accessory power on for him to do his things. And it's asking about a custom install. We don't have anything as of yet, so no instructions from him. Forescan definitely says that the adapter connection was connected with a OBD link EX, and it definitely connected to my vehicle. So that's where we're at, and we're waiting. It does say it's reading vehicle info, so maybe he's downloading some files. I'm not really sure. All right, so you can see the head unit now saying system off to save battery, please turn ignition off or start engine. So I don't know if that's anything that we need to be concerned with or not, but he's still doing his thing. So we'll let Mr. Hextall do his stuff. Okay, I heard from him, and the car shut itself off just out of time. He told me he was looking up the PCM code to bypass the car's tune. It's a supercharged car, so he wanted to bypass the tune. So that's what he was looking up. We turned the car back on. He's now progressing. I see all kinds of stuff loading. So looks like we've got some new pop-ups. He's already doing his thing. You can kind of see here a little bit. He's going through all kinds of stuff. So he did a bunch of as-built stuff, which I understand in Forescan is kind of how it reads and sets things up, and I can hear relays and stuff clicking. So he's in changing some codes in Forescan, I'm assuming to probably make the hazards work properly, changes so that the drive modes work and some of that stuff. You can see he's kind of going through things here. He's scrolling to find certain numbers over here that he can go in and edit and then write, and that's what he's about to do right now. All right, so he wrote some codes to Forescan. I saw the dome light flash a couple times. Now he's sent me a text telling me to do the key off, open the driver's door. So key off. Bear with me if this gets weird with the camera. It says open driver door. Watch the mileage on the cluster. When the mileage disappears, close the door and then turn the key on. So we're waiting on the mileage to disappear. So that's the next step, which hasn't happened anytime fast. That's what we're waiting on, is the mileage to disappear. All right, mileage disappeared. Shut the door, key on. And we will let him know that we did those things. All right. So we've now let him know that we've done these things, and looks like he's going in to do some more stuff here. Yep, he's looking for more module configuration stuff. I saw ABD stuff, more as-built stuff it looks like. So he just changed another code. Says it was processed successfully, cycle the ignition off and back on. My guess is he's gonna send me another text to do the same thing again with, yep, new text from him. Key off, driver's door open. So key off, driver's door open. We're gonna wait for mileage to disappear, close the door and turn the key back on again. Let him know when it's done. So we are now waiting again for mileage to disappear. Then we will let him know. All in all though, super painless process. The unit looks so much better in here than the small screen. This car has had seat swaps done. You can probably see here, I'm sitting in what were GT500 seats. I'll cover that a little bit later. Kind of how we went about that. I want to make sure and focus with him right now. But yeah, there's a definite process to S550 seat swaps. It's generation specific. You can't just swap seats. If you're going to do a seat swap with like the Recaros from a Power Pack car, performance pack car, or a 350 or a 500, there's a whole process. There's a couple people on YouTube that have done it with resistors and some other stuff. I wanted no airbag lights. I wanted the Recaros. I did not want this to have the snakes in the seats. So I had them reupholstered, but it's generation specific. So you can't put 2015 seats in a 2018 plus. So these seats are actually out of a 2018 500. So he's writing more data. I think we're gonna cycle this one more time with the whole, yep. I see that the radio is now on AM, but I think we're gonna cycle again. Yep, I just got a message from him. Same thing, key off. Open the door. Wait for mileage to go away. And I apologize for the weird camera angles. You're either way in my face or up my nose and I'm shaky. I'm holding this GoPro while I'm trying to do this. And make sure you guys kind of get the experience. So far he's programmed 3 different modules that I've seen to accomplish finishing this. All right, so the mileage disappeared. Well, make sure this door's closed good. Cycle the key back on for him. I apologize for the AM static noise. I'm trying to turn it down, maybe that'll help. All right, so I turned that down just so we have a little piece in the video instead of just static. Looks like right now he's looking for maybe another module. Looks like an IPC module. You kind of see he's remoted in and changing things here. Kind of just to give you a little bit of insight. You can see it will ride it, and it's going to tell me to cycle the car. We'll get a text from him in a minute telling us to basically do the cycle again. Same thing again. So each module he programs, we do this cycle of turn off the key, open the door, wait for mileage to go away. That way everything is in whatever mode it needs to be in to disengage, and then it allows him to kind of do the next module and test things. So we're waiting on mileage again for this 4th module, I believe. All right, so door shut. Recycle the key and send him a message again that it's ready for the next one. All right. The service from these guys has been great. The communication was great through the whole, build and shipping process. He's working with texting me right now on setting everything up. He's asking if I'm in a safe place to start the car. I've replied yes. My garage door is open. We are able to do whatever we need to do. Okay, he's telling me to start the engine. So that's what we will do next. So we've started the car. All right, so we checked the hazard switch. Works as expected. We've told him. Check your mode switch. It should have 5 modes on the instrument cluster. So let's do that next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we have 5 drive modes now, and you can see here this is what he's having me test. We now in a 301A car have all 5 drive modes. Okay, the radio sound profile is fixed too, so I'm assuming there's key off then key on. All right, key off then key on. We've told him that we're done with that. But what I was getting at is I guess there's radio profiles in here. I guess it's the way it's tuned or whatever to make it sound better, is my guess. And looks like he maybe fixed that too. I can't speak to that, and I'll know immediately once I hear the radio. But the 301A radio was atrocious, very tinny, very hollow. I didn't buy the car for the sound system, so I wasn't pressed. And yes, I'm changing the radio, and that's what we're talking about in this video, but I wasn't pressed about it. I do like the bigger screen. And then he's telling me key off, count to 3, then key on. So key off, we'll do 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, key on. Text him, let him know. But yeah, I wasn't pressed about the radio sound per se. I like the look of the bezel. I like the bigger screen. Given all the other performance upgrades of the car, it just kind of fits. It allowed me to unlock the 5 drive modes. It provided me several benefits. So it goes without saying that I feel like I did good. To get this, you have to buy one of the upgraded packages, and I didn't want all that because I knew I was going to change seats. I was going to change all kinds of stuff with the car. That's why I bought a 301A car. I knew I was taking this whole car apart, doing my own thing with it. Fuel system, supercharger, oil pump gears, seat swaps. So I got to build the car kind of how I want without having to buy a $10,000 package to get the other features. Okay, he says we're good to go. It's safe to disconnect everything. If you need anything, reach out. Phone, email, or text, and he'll check with us in a few days. So I'm going to tell him, okay, thanks a ton. And it looks like we are ready to go, guys. So that being said, I'm going to turn the key off, and I'm going to start disconnecting things. I'm not going to bore you with disconnecting the OBD connector and the computer, but I do appreciate you guys watching. I know it was not a super exciting video, but I do think for Mustang owners with 301A cars, this is valuable. It kind of does go into the car a little bit and the work that we've done and changed the car, why we did it the way we did it. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We do have a new t-shirt that's about to launch. We'll share that with you guys. It's an E85 shirt that's pretty cool. We worked with a graphic designer. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be neat. The money from that goes to help support these builds and keep videos coming to you guys. So we appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening.